there, friends, and welcome to a very anticipated and a very special episode of In the Kitchen with Becca. Just kidding. It is In the Great British Baking Show with Becca. Originally, I had filmed this entire video in November of 2020. I was taking the election day, which I had off, to film, edit, and do a great, fun, Great British Baking Show video for you guys. And then you all know what happened. And a lot of that was constant scrolling, refreshing the news feeds, and basically all the toxicity on the internet. And so I just decided to not do anything and totally take a break for about an entire year. Yep, sounds about right. I wanted to celebrate this Friday. A brand new season of the Great British Baking Show is launching, so I wanted to give you some extra content for this momentous occasion. I am very excited for this new season. I have done absolutely no research about it. I know nothing. Are there new hosts? Who is on the show? I don't know. I just know it is going live this Friday, so I wanted to give you guys an extra gift of the filmed but not edited or released episode of the Great British Baking Show from last year. So let me go ahead and kick it back to 2020 Missouri, living in a trench Becca, and watch her figure out this delicious Great British Baking Show recipe. On your marks, get set, bake! It's fall, it's baking season. Welcome to another episode of In the Great British Baking Show with Becca.
Welcome back to the trench, where today we're gonna watch our baker battle a chocolate bread confectionery.
Good afternoon, and welcome, baker, back to the trench in beautiful Missouri. Honestly, is a really beautiful day. It is Tuesday, November 3rd, and I'm distracting myself with what's happening in the country.
We do not have a winner yet in this presidential race. In Pennsylvania, they've already received 2 million mail-in ballots. President Trump tonight again falsely claiming victory during a briefing on drug prices.
By baking and watching the Great British Baking Show. So today, my two best friends, Megan and Lexi, have helped me procure the recipe and instructions for the chocolate episode of Series 8, now on Netflix. I have not seen this episode. I've seen up to this episode. Do I know what I am baking? Absolutely not. Megan and Lexi have helped me compile not only a list of ingredients so I know what I have and have not, and some instructions that I have not opened yet. The title of the email is "Bitch, don't open this until you're filming." It will be just as a surprise to me as it was to the bakers. As an aside, I love this season. It's so much fun, and Mark looks weirdly like my brother. My challenge today, it is chocolate week. I've already told them that I don't have the mental or physical capacity to temper chocolate, so there's that. I will say I am apprehensive. It is chocolate. I am expecting it to be difficult and hopefully delicious. Just in case, I've doubled my ingredients for everything, just in case I have to start over. If it is anything like the last time I tried. No! Oh no! So I'm hoping I don't have to do that, but I am really excited for the challenge and really hope this goes well, because I'd love for at least my chocolate baked good to go well. And I'd like other things to go well, but this one I have control over. Also, you may have noticed, Becca, you look really dressed up. Yeah, man, the bakers this season, especially my girl Laura, they are dressing up for these episodes, okay? So I could not disappoint. So let me show you the fit. Okay, now that I feel ridiculous, let's go bake some stuff. Okay, we're in the kitchen, my apron on. I've got my ingredients. Rapid rise yeast, 60% chocolate bars, butter, eggs, almonds, salt, sugar, flour, milk, and cocoa powder. And we're gonna see what we're baking today. So, let me open the email. The title of the email is, "Bitch, don't open this until you're filming." Noted, Megan.
Hello, bakers! Welcome back to the tent. Time for your technical challenge, which today has been set for you by Paul. Paul, any words of advice?
The brownie challenge was easy. This isn't. Concentrate on your textures.
Okay, Judge Paul Hollywood would like you to make a chocolate babka, which is a traditional Jewish loaf cake. Your babka must consist of an enriched dough, layers of nuts and chocolate, and it needs to be rolled, split, and twisted to create the shape. Once baked, it should be brushed with syrup to finish. You have 2.5 hours. On your mark, get set, bake.
Okay, so today we were making chocolate babka, which honestly I really hoped it was. I have heard of it, but I have never had it. I've just seen videos about it. I'm pretty sure it's like a Jewish holiday bread. I don't know what for, but I know apparently it's delicious, and you can either do chocolate or cinnamon, and today we're doing chocolate. So I feel really confident about this. I've got 2.5 hours and some very minimal instructions, and let's see if I can do it. Okay, this is going to be a very quick 2.5 hours because I've already used some time reading this description. So I'm gonna get to baking because I think this is gonna be a little difficult. So let's go.
The baker is off to an organized start as she takes time to measure, separate, and organize her ingredients to better hope that she does not have to repeat these steps momentarily.
Tip the hazelnuts into the baking tray and roast in the bottom of the oven until light golden. Side note, I do not have hazelnuts. Instead, I have almonds. So you roast them, then you chop them, set them aside. Place butter, sugar, and chocolate in a pan and melt until combined. Remove from the heat and stir in the cocoa powder. Pour into a bowl and leave to cool and thicken slightly. Make the dough. Cool, again, very informative. Tip the flour into the bowl of a stand mixer fitted with a dough hook. Add the yeast to one side of the bowl and add the sugar and salt to the other side. Okay, I'm not sure how that makes much of a difference, but I will do it. Make a well in the center and pour in the eggs and milk, then mix until firm.
Here, the baker performs her first, quote, audible, as the dough was not firming up, so she added, tablespoon at a time, enough milk until the dough began to firm.
Increase the speed to medium and add butter a little at a time. Mix well between each addition, allowing the butter to incorporate before adding more. Once you have added all of the butter, continue kneading through the sticky stage until you have a smooth, silky, shiny dough.
Baker decides to add a step not in the directions and decides to prove this initial dough. She covers it and sets it to the sun to prove. Because she doesn't have a fancy proving drawer because she lives in a trench in the middle of the woods in Missouri. After the dough is down for its first rest, let's check in with the baker.
Okay, so we're about halfway done. It's been proving for about 20 minutes now. I think it's about halfway done because it's in the sun and it's quick. So I just cleaned down the counter, made myself a little smoothie. I do have tea in the house to be authentic, but I'm hungry, so I made a smoothie instead.
Lots of optimism in the kitchen. I sure hope nothing bad happens. Anyways, on with her baking, and she starts with a bang.
Lightly flour your work surface and roll out the dough to a 4 by 30 centimeter. Okay. Rectangle with a long edge closest to you. Got it.
Look at that precision. And I have from a reliable source she still doesn't know where she put that tape measure to this day.
Spread the cool chocolate mixture over the dough, leaving a 1 centimeter border all around. Sprinkle all of the toasted hazelnuts over the top. Starting from the long edge closest to you, roll up the dough into a tight spiral with the seam underneath. Trim about 2 centimeters off each to neaten, then turn the roll 90 degrees clockwise so a short end is closest to you. Using a large sharp knife or pizza cutter, slice lengthwise down through the middle of the dough, cutting into 2 long pieces. With the cut sides facing upwards, just gently press the top of each half together to seal. Then lift the right half over the left, followed by the left half over the right. Repeat, twisting the dough to make a 2-stranded braid. Then gently press the bottom ends to seal. Carefully lift the loaf into the tin and cover with a clean tea towel or proving bag. Leave at room temperature until doubled in size. When the babka has proved, bake it for 15 minutes, then reduce the oven temperature to 340 and bake for a further 20 to 30 minutes.
While the divine babka is baking, let's hear from our baker. Alright, Becca, how you getting on?
But seriously though, I'm like finding myself getting really stressed out about this. Like, I know this is like a get your mind off the election day babka, but a girl's stressed. And I just want everyone to like feel okay. I just want things to be okay. Hopefully when this comes out, hopefully nothing worse has happened too.
The babka is baking, make the syrup. Tip sugar and water into a small pan. Bring to a boil, overheat, stirring until the sugar dissolves. Reduce and simmer without stirring, for 5 minutes until syrupy. Leave to cool. When the babka is ready, transfer from the tin to a wire rack. Brush the cooled syrup over hot babka and leave in the tin until warm enough to handle. Turn out onto the wire rack, serve in warm or at room temperature.
And my God, she's done it. Look at that delectable babka. Twisted, chocolatey, and my, it is thick. Let's see what it looks like cut open for us to judge and for our baker to taste.
Okay, we did it. We made it. We made babka. And it is so delicious. Do I think I would have won? No. I think I proved my dough too long on the first proof. If there even should have been a first proof, which I'm only going off my bread instincts and not the actual recipe. But also I think the fact that my pan was wider, it went out instead of up, so the spiral in between was just kind of lost. You get it at the ends a little bit, but everywhere else was just kind of lost. However, I do not think I would have been eliminated. I think maybe I would have been in the bottom of the pack, but definitely not eliminated. And that's what we're going for. We're going for in the game, maybe towards the top. Woo! So I think that is a success. Also, time-wise, I know I didn't really talk about that. I finished with like 5 minutes to spare. So like time honestly was good. And I didn't really feel like crunched, so it wasn't like a super dramatic ending, so I didn't like film it. It wasn't just like, oh, it's done. 5 minutes, okay, cool. But like, so I was able to do it in time. It tastes really good. I don't think I would have won, but I don't think I would have been going home. So, thank you so much for watching. Try the recipe below. Thank you again for Megan and Lexi helping me with this recipe, and be well, stay well, bake well. Have a good one, guys.